everyone, it's Mike and Ashley from joyfullygrowingblog.com. Today we're going to show you how to make raised garden beds.
Our raised garden bed design is nice and simple, so anyone can handle this project even if you don't have a lot of DIY experience.
Yeah, it's perfect for beginners, so let's get started with the supplies you're going to need for the project.
You really only need a couple of things. We need a good drill, some 3.5-inch construction screws, and a saw. And the type of lumber that we recommend using is just pine 2x10s. It's untreated. I like to use untreated just because it's a lot cheaper, but then also you're not getting a lot of the same chemicals and whatnot that they use in the treatment process. You don't really want those getting in your vegetable garden. We're going to start out by measuring and cutting the board. Since we're building a square 4-foot garden bed, we just have to cut the board in half. So I'm going to measure and mark at 4 feet. And then we're just going to go ahead and cut it in half. Cut the second board in half in the exact same way, measure and mark at 4 feet.
Now that we have all 4 pieces cut, we're going to lay it out and get an idea of how to fasten it together. So we'll take the first piece, lay it like that, and the second we'll butt right up. Next, we're going to take the 3.5-inch construction screws and we'll screw it in together like so. Before we actually screw them together, we're going to pre-drill and put the screws into the wood.
To figure out where the screws need to go, we're going to mark 1.5 inches, which is the width of the board. We're going to use the speed square to scribe at 1.5 inches. So just drag it right across, makes a nice line at 1.5 inches. Then we're going to pre-drill right in the middle of that. We're using an 1/8-inch bit. We'll get the screws started. Doing this ahead of time just makes it really nice and easy to put the boards together and screw them right in. You don't want to go too tight because it'll start to crack the board on the edge. We just did the exact same thing to the other side, making 2 L's here. So to join the two, what we're going to do is use the exact same process. Now that we're done building the beds, we can pick them up and take them over to where our garden is actually going to be.
We've picked a perfect spot on the property for our garden. It gets a lot of sun during the day, which is perfect. We're going to set up our garden bed right here, and then all we have to do is fill it with soil.
For the bottom layer, we're going to use just some cheap bags of topsoil and also a couple bags of compost. And then for the top layer, we're going to use some all-purpose garden soil, and that's what the plants will actually grow in.
Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. If you need any more gardening tips or want to know what supplies we recommend, we've got everything linked in the blog post on joyfullygrowingblog.com.